Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, you are all welcome for continuing of our study of Bhakti Vaibhav, third canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. We are discussing chapter 24th, renunciation of Kardam Muni. So in this section, there's appearance of Lord Kapil Dev, then Brahma's coming to meet Kardam and Devhuti and enlightening them about the appearance of Kapil Dev and advising them to hand over their 9 daughters to the 9 great sages. And then Kardam Muni's offering prayers to Lord Kapil Dev, and then Lord Kapil Dev reciprocate by enlightening and encouraging Kardam Muni to fulfill his desire of renunciation and comforting him that don't worry about my mother, I will also enlighten her. And Kardam Muni departs, and then the realization and the practices of Kardam Muni as a renunciant. In this way, this is the 24th chapter. So we are in the section 2 where verse number 5 to 9, appearance of Kapil Dev. Maitreya Vacha Devhutyapi Sandesham Gauravena Prajapatehe Samyak Shardhaya Purusham Kutistham Abhajat Gurum. Kutistham. Kutistham means unchangeable. Unchangeable Lord. The word Kutistha. Kutistha is a technical word used for the goldsmith used that iron piece on which he makes so many ornaments. That's called Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Aaron, Aaron, आप सुना Aaron? वो इंग्लिश में उसको क्या कहेंगे? हैमर ऊपर मारने वाला, नीचे वाला जो होता है लोहे का, उसको एनवेल कहते हैं. वो जो एनवेल है उसको कहते हैं कूटिस्थ. उसके ऊपर कितने आभूषण बनाए, उनके शेप बदल गई, वो ऐसे का वैसे रहा. So Lord is called Kutistha. He remains same in everybody's heart. हम कितने शरीर बदल जाएं लेकिन भगवान वैसे ही रहेगा. So Kutistha जो उसका एग्जाम्पल है वो है एनवेल, जो सुनार के पास होता है, लोहे का. देवहूति अपि Sandesham means instruction. His husband gave instruction that Lord told me that he will appear as my son. So Devhuti took it seriously. Gaurvena means with a great respect. Gaurav. Prajapati is Kardam. Kardam's instruction she took seriously. Samyak Shardhaya Purusham. Samyak Shardhaya. It means with faith. What she was doing? Worshipping Abhajad. Gurum, who is going to be her guru in the future, Kapil Dev. Kutistham, one who is unchangeable. So now here is the translation. Maitreya said, Devhuti was fully faithful, Shardhaya, and respectful, Gaurvena, towards the direction. हाथ लगाने से घूम जाता है, क्या करें? ये, okay? Devhuti was fully faithful and respect towards direction of the husband. Direction is Sandesham, okay? who was one of the Prajapati, or generator of the human beings in the universe. O great sage, she thus began to worship the master of the universe, the supreme power Godhead, who is situated at everybody's heart. Maitreya said, having complete faith in the instruction of Kardama, Devuti worshipped the changeless Kutastha, Supreme Lord, her future Guru, with veneration, Gorvena. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You see all the words in the translation? Yes. Now, Srila Prabhupada writes, when Supreme Personality of Godhead comes to disseminate spiritual knowledge for benefit of all people, he generally descends as a son of a devotee, being pleased by devotees' devotional service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the father of everyone. No one therefore is father, but by his inconceivable energy, he accepts some of the devotees as his parents and descendants. It is explained here that spiritual knowledge, यही पढ़ना है, ये सुनो, हाँ? नहीं, ये तो ये लग नहीं रहा है ना, ये पहले वाला है, इसका लग, इसका परपट दूसरा है. This is the process of spiritual realization. How one can be spiritually realized? One has to receive instruction from bona fide spiritual master. Number 2, and who is the spiritual master for Devati? Kardama Muni. Her husband was the spiritual master. Because he instructed her on how to achieve spiritual perfection, he naturally became her spiritual master also. There are many instances where the husband becomes the spiritual master. Lord Shiva is also the spiritual master of his consort Parvati. A husband should be so enlightened that he should become the spiritual master of his wife in order to enlighten her in advancement of Krishna consciousness. Generally, Istri or woman is less intelligent than man. Therefore, if the husband is intelligent enough, the woman gets a great opportunity of spiritual enlightenment. So, sometimes father is also the spiritual master, husband is also a spiritual master. This is Vyasa is the father as well as the spiritual master of Sukdev. So, this is actually son and disciple are same thing for a spiritual master. Now here it is clear that Samyak Shardha, Samyak Sardhaya, that with great faith one should receive the knowledge from the spiritual master and with great faith execute the performance of the service. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in Bhagavad Gita, especially he stated the instruction of the spiritual master. One should accept the instruction of the spiritual master as one's life and soul. कौन सा श्लोक है ये? व्यवसाय आत्मिका बुद्धि. Who should accept the instruction of a spiritual master? Conditioned soul only? No. See, whether one is liberated or whether one is liberated or not liberated, one should execute the instruction of his spiritual master with great faith. Liberated or not liberated. Bhakti Vinod Thakur के spiritual master का नाम क्या था? बिपिन बिहारी. हाँ? और लिबरेटेड कौन था दोनों में से, विपिन बिहारी के भक्ति विनोद? भक्ति विनोद वाज लिबरेटेड और वो इंस्ट्रक्शन देता था. एक दिन वो अपना चरण रख रहा था भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर के सर पे, वो तो भक्ति सिद्धांत, so you don't know who he is, what you are doing. वो छोटे बच्चे थे लेकिन he boldly told that you cannot do, he's a liberated person. लेकिन फिर भी भक्ति विनोद was accepting the instruction from the person. So liberated हो या न liberated हो, लेकिन एक बार स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर किसी को मान लिया तो वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट देयर इंस्ट्रक्शंस। ये दोनों के लिए है। It is also stated that Lord is situated in everyone's heart. One should not have to seek the Lord outside. He is already there. One simply has to concentrate on one's worship in good faith as instructed by a spiritual master, and one's effort will come out successfully. तो इस यहाँ क्या कह रहे हैं कि अपने अंदर में ही भगवान को ढूंढो, बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। प्रेमंजन चरिता वो कहाँ ढूंढते हैं? वहाँ क्या लिखा है? हृदयेशोवलोकयन्ति यम श्याम सुंदरम। हृदय में श्याम सुंदर है तो नहीं, हम तो पढ़ते हैं हृदय में कौन है? चतुर्भुज विष्णु। चक्रवर्ती पाद एक परपट में लिखते हैं, फॉर द डिवोटीज दैट विष्णु बिकम त्रिभंग ललित श्याम सुंदर। वो हृदय में श्याम सुंदर भक्त के लिए हो जाते हैं, तो अंदर में उसको देखा जा सकता है। ओके, it is also clear that Supreme Personality of Godhead does not appear as an ordinary child. He appears as he is, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. He appears by his own internal potency, Atma Maya. Lord is already sitting within the heart. If he comes out from the body of a devotee, it does not mean that that particular woman become his mother in the material sense. He is always there. But in order to please his devotee, he appears as his son. तो मेन थिंग क्या है इस परपट में? स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर के इंस्ट्रक्शन को सीरियस लेना और एग्जीक्यूट करना। देन देयर इज ए श्योर ऑफ सक्सेस इन स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिसेस। वर्स नंबर 6, तस्यां बहुतिथे काले भगवान मधुसूदनः कार्दमं वीर्यमापनो जग्ने अग्निरेव दारुणी। अग्निरेव दारुणी is analogy. What it means? Fire in the wood. So like fire is in the wood, simply you have to practice some process, friction, and then it will come out. Similarly, God is inside our heart. We practice devotional service and He manifests. But वीर्य शब्द जो यहाँ लिखा है, this वीर्य as one meaning is semen. But there is a very lengthy purport by Jiva Goswami in different sandarbha about this. वीर्य also means energy. वीर्य मतलब शक्ति. He is a वीर्यवान है, the शक्तिमान है. वीर्य also means शक्ति. So वीर्य does not mean actually only semen. It is of the energy, a shakti of a person. But if he can appear from a pillar as a Narsingadev, he can appear from a nostril of the Brahma as a Varahadev, but then why can not he appear from the Sukar or the Virya? He can appear from there also. So he can appear from anywhere. So this verse says, after many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Madhusudan, the killer of the demon Madhu, having entered the semen of the Kardam, appeared in Devhuti just as a fire comes from the wood in a sacrifice. Controlled by the strength of bhakti of Kardam, made his appearance. After a long time, the Supreme Lord Madhusudan, who is like a fire in the wood, controlled by the strength of bhakti of Kardam, made his appearance. Strength of bhakti. Virya means strength. Chakravarti Pad writes Virya means strength. Which is strength? Bhakti. Strength of bhakti of Kardam Muni, he appeared. So sometimes the words have the different meanings, so it can be seen from different angle of view. As clearly stated here, that the Lord is always Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he appeared as the son of Kardam Muni, fire is already present in the wood, but by a certain process, fire is kindled. Similarly, God is all-pervading. He is everywhere. And since he may come out from everything, he appeared in his devotee's semen. Just as an ordinary living entity takes his birth by taking shelter of the semen of a certain living entity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts the shelter of the semen of his devotee and comes out as his son. This manifest is full independence to act in any way, and it does not mean that he is an ordinary living entity forced to take birth in a certain type of womb. Lord Nrsimhadev appeared from pillar, Hiranyakashipu. Of Hiranyakashipu's palace, Varahadev appeared from nostril, so he can appear from semen. What is the problem? So this is the way Srila Prabhupada is commenting. So he is Madhusudan. He is killer of all kind of demon, and he always remains the Lord even if he appears as son of a particular devotee. The word cardamom is significant, for it indicates that Lord had some devotional affection or relationship in devotion with Kardam and Devhuti. Cardamom means he has a relation with Kardam Muni and Devhuti, and that relation is of devotional service. Okay, now Chakravarti Pad writes, Bahukule. Bahuturthkule means after long time. It found by the rule. Okay. Lord appeared controlled by strength of bhakti of Kardam. So Virya means not only semen but strength as confirmed by Srila Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbha. So here there is a lengthy other thought. See, Bhagavad Sandarbha say what this Virya means. Whole topic is about Virya in different scriptures. So verse number 7. Avadyam stada vyomni vaditrani ghana ghanaha gayanti tamasmag gandhrava nirtyanti apsaraso muda. At the time of his descent on the earth, demigods in the form of raining clouds sounded musical instruments in the sky. The celestial musicians, the Gandharvas, sang the glories of the Lord, while the celestial dancing girls, known as Apsaras, danced in joyful ecstasy. Ghana Ghanam means rumbling clouds, indicating the Devatas. Ghana Ghanam means rain cloud. Verse number 8. Petoho sumanaso divyaha khehe charahi apavarjitaha prasedoschaha disha sarva ambansi cha manansi cha. पेतु का मतलब गिरना और सुमन flowers. Divya from these heavenly planets. Khe sky. Charai, those who are खेचरी. किसी के लिए वर्ड पहले सुना है खेचरी? पूतना को खेचरी कहते हैं, आकाश में उड़ने वाली, राइट? तो आकाश में जोड़ते हैं उनको खेचरी. इसका मतलब जो हम हवाई जहाज में चढ़ते हैं सब खेचर है. Those who are flying in the aeroplane are all खेचर. खेचर हुए ना, आकाश में उड़ने वाले. पूतना के परिवार है. क्या है? कुछ गोली है? खाओ. गले के ऊपर लोड कुछ होता है कभी कभी. पड़ी रहे ऐसे चूस. At the time of Lord's appearance, the demigod flying freely in the sky showered flowers, all the direction, all the waters, and everyone's mind become very satisfied. Purport. It is learned herewith that in the higher sky there are living entities who can travel through the air without being hampered. Although we can travel in outer space, we are hampered by so many impediments, but they are not. We learn from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam that an inhabitant of a planet called Siddhaloka can travel in space from one planet to other planet without impediment. They showered flowers on the earth when Lord Kapila, the son of Kardam, appeared. Okay, verse number 9. Tata Kardama Shrama Padam Satyaha Parisharatyam Swayambho Sakam Rishibhi Maricyadi Bhi Abhyayat. क्या लगता है इस श्लोक को पढ़ के, क्या इसमें लग रहा है बिना पढ़े के? समझो, करदम के आश्रम में सरस्वती के किनारे पे भगवान के अवतार के समय ब्रह्मा आया, स्वयंभू साकम ऋषि भी और ऋषियों के साथ, मरीचि आदि के साथ वहां आया। ठीक है, ये इसका अर्थ है। ब्रह्मा द फर्स्ट बॉर्न लिविंग बीइंग वेंट along with Marichi and other sages to the place of Kardam's hermitage, which was surrounded by the river Saraswati. Brahma is called Swayambhu because he is not born of any material father and mother. He is the first living creature and is born from the lotus, which grown from the abdomen of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Therefore, he is called Swayambhu, self-born. Now 10 to 19, Brahma glorifies Kardam. क्या करें, भाग जाता है। Brahma glorifies Kardam and Devuti and predict the future activities of Kapil Dev. So in almost 10 verses, 10 to 19. So Brahma is speaking. Bhagavantam param Brahma satvena ansena shatroho hana tatava sankhyanah vignapatayai jatam vidavan ajahat swarat. Maitreya continued, O killer of the enemy, Vidru, the unborn Lord Brahma, Aja, who is almost independent, Swarat, in acquiring knowledge, could understand that the portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in its quality of pure existence had appeared in the womb of Devuti just to explain the complete state of knowledge known as Sankhya Yoga. In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, it says, Vedesya sarver ahamev vedyo. So, compiler of Vedanta Sutra, and he is the perfect knower of the Vedanta Sutra. Similarly, Sankhya philosophy is compiled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his appearance as Kapil. There is an imitation Kapil who has a Sankhya philosophical system, but Kapil, the incarnation of God, is different from that Kapil. Kapil is son of Kardam Muni. In his system of Sankhya philosophy, very explicitly explained not only the material world, but also the spiritual world. Brahma could understand this fact. Brahma could understand that fact that this Kapil Dev, because he is Swarat. Why he can understand this? Because he is Swarat, he is independent. Almost independent in receiving knowledge. Independent in what? Independent in receiving knowledge. Means he is not dependent on any other source. He receives knowledge directly from Supreme Lord. कोई गुरु है नहीं ब्रह्मा का, क्योंकि ब्रह्मा से पहले कोई था नहीं, तो किसके पास जाए, किसका शिष्य बने? So he was directly enlightened and empowered by Supreme Lord. So he is Swarat in that sense. He is called Swarat because he did not go to any school or college to learn such, but learned everything from within. Because Brahma is the first living creature within this universe, he had no teacher. His teacher was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, who is seated in the heart of every living creature. Brahma acquired knowledge directly from the Supreme Lord within the heart. Therefore, within the heart. Therefore, he is sometimes called Swarat and Aja. Another important point is stated as Satvena Ansena. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, he brings with him all his paraphernalia of Vaikuntha. Therefore, his name, his form, his qualities, his paraphernalia, or all his entourage, all belongs to the transcendental world. Satvena. सत्वेन. भगवान को क्या कहते हैं? सच्चित आनंद. ये क्या है? सच्चित आनंद क्या है? अब कैसे समझेंगे सच्चित आनंद को? हाउ वी अंडरस्टैंड दिस सच्चित आनंद? सत मीन्स उसके लिए कौन सी शक्ति है? सैंदनी. और चित्त की संवित. और आनंद की. तो ये सच्चित आनंद हुआ. संवित, सैंदनी एंड हलादिनी. अब इनकी पर्सोनिफिकेशन क्या है? सैंदनी का कौन है? बलराम. एवरीथिंग विच इज पैराफर्नली ऑफ सुप्रीम लॉर्ड इज बलराम. हलादिनी. तो बाकी बच गया संवित का Krishna himself. Krishna himself. Krishna from his right side expand as Balaram, which is for Sandhani Shakti, for existence, both material and spiritual world. From his left side he extend as Radharani for the Haladini Shakti, and also all the energies in the spiritual and material world. Maybe gopis in the Vaikuntha, gopis in the Golok, Lakshmis in the Vaikuntha, queens in the Dwarka, or shadow in the material world as a Durga. Everything is expansion of Radharani. And all the Vishnu Tattvas, they are expansion of Balaram. जीव तत्व किसका एक्सपेंशन है? हाँ, किसका? राधा रानी. इंटरनल पोटेंसी का. इंटरनल पोटेंसी का है. कहीं कहीं बलराम जी का भी लिखा है. हमने इंटरनल पोटेंसी. वी आर पार्ट एंड पार्ट्स ऑफ कृष्णा थ्रू इंटरनल पोटेंसी. सो सत्व इज एक्चुअली, सत्व क्या है? सैंदनी शक्ति. वो सत्व है. सत्व अनसेन मीन्स ऑल द पैराफर्नलिया व्हिच इज एक्चुअली एक्सपेंशन ऑफ द सैंदनी शक्ति. ठीक है. Here in the material world, the quality of goodness is not pure. Goodness may exist, but there must be some tinges of the passion and ignorance. In the spiritual world, the unalloyed quality of goodness prevails. There the quality of goodness is called Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. Another name for Shuddha Sattva is Vasudeva. The God is born from Vasudeva. Another meaning is that when one is purely situated in the quality of goodness, he can understand the form, name, quality, paraphernalia, and entourage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Amsena also indicates that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, appeared as Kapil Dev in the portion of his portion. God expand either as a Kala or as Ans. Ans means direct expansion, and Kala means expansion of expansion. There is no difference between the expansion of the expansion, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly, as there is no difference between the one candle and the other candle, but there is always one original candle. Krishna therefore is called Par Brahma, which is the original candle. तो अभी क्या समझे इसमें, इस परपट में क्या क्या चीजें काम की आई आपको? शुद्ध सत्व. Those who by their devotional service come to the stage of Shuddha Sattva, they can understand actually the appearance and pastime and holy name of Supreme Personality of Godhead. बिना शुद्ध सत्व के आए भगवान को नहीं जाना जा सकता, और भगवान शुद्ध सत्व में आते हैं, और ब्रह्मा शुद्ध सत्व में थे इसलिए ये जान सके. ब्रह्मा could understand because he was in शुद्ध सत्व. Though he is the presiding deity of passion, but he himself is in Shuddha Sattva. The form of Kapil was not a full form, but a portion which was Shuddha Sattva, Sattvena Ansena. Brahma understood that the Lord had appeared to teach particularly Vigyapti, the philosophy which enumerates the elements, Tattva Sankhyana. He worshipped him, Lord. He spoke with joyful senses. Ashubhi, this is the next verse. Verse number 11. Sabhajayam vishuddhena chetasat tachikiršitam prahasyamanai yasobhi kardamam chedam abhyadat. After worshipping Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and pure heart for his intended activities as an incarnation, Brahma spoke as follows to Kardam and Devuti. तो ब्रह्मा ने पहले भगवान की स्तुति की. पहले भी ब्रह्मा किसी की स्तुति करके गए थे क्या? कृष्ण की स्तुति करते हैं. So like Brahma has come to offer prayers to Kapil Dev. As explained in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, anyone who understands the transcendental activities, appearance, janma karam cha me devyam evam yoveti tattvata. Okay? Although he is in charge of the material world, he is not exactly like a common living entity. Since he is liberated from the majority of the follies of the common living entities, he was in the knowledge of the appearance of the Supreme. कौन? ब्रह्मा. ये बात पहले हमने कही थी. Personality of God is to be considered liberated. Brahma therefore is liberated soul. Brahma is a liberated soul. तो ब्रह्मा विमोहन लीला में ब्रह्मा को क्या हो गया था? It was the influence of Maya, Yog Maya. Yo, Leela Shakti. Yog Maya, not Mahamaya. Brahma cannot be influenced by Mahamaya, no. Therefore, he is liberated. He is liberated. Brahma, therefore, is liberated soul. Therefore, he understands the appearance of Kapil Dev. And therefore, worship the Lord's activities, and with the glad heart, he also praised Kardam Muni, become the supreme. He praised the Kardam Muni because the personality of Godhead, as Kapil Dev, had appeared as his son. तो कपिल देव और Kardam Muni को भी आदर किया. One who can become the father of Supreme Person of Godhead is certainly a great devotee. There is a verse spoken by Brahman in which ये क्या लिखा है? पढ़ो जरा. क्या लिखा है ये? किसी को ये वर्ष याद है? किसी को ये वर्ष चैतन्य चैतन्य में लिखी है. रघुपति उपाध्याय तिरुहट्टी वाला मिलने आया था चैतन्य महाप्रभु से. अरियल ग्राम में उसने ये वर्ष पढ़ी थी. यशालिंदे ब्रह्म परम ब्रह्म. कोई वेद पढ़े, कोई उपनिषद पढ़े, अगर भयभीत है तो महापाठ पढ़े. मैं तो नंद बाबा की पूजा करता हूँ जिसके घर में पर ब्रह्म खेल रहा है और घुटनों के बल चल रहा है. भारत इत्रे श्लोक याद नहीं है, लेकिन चैतन्य चैतन्य में ये श्लोक है. देखना है इस श्लोक को. रूप गोस्वामी की शिक्षा वाले में होना चाहिए. सीसी मध्य 19 Raghupati first offered respect Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada was very pleased. When Raghupati was requested to describe Krishna, he began to recite the verse. Shrutim apare smrtim mitare bhartam anya bhajanto bhavabhita aham ihi nandam vande yasyalende param brahma. Ye verse. Raghupati Upadhyaya recited, those who are afraid of material existence worship the Vedic literature. Some worship Smriti, the corollaries to the Vedic literature, and others worship the Mahabharata. As far as I am concerned, I worship Krishna's father, Maharaj Nanda, in whose courtyard the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, is playing. This verse is cited by Raghupati Upadhyaya and later included in Sri Rupa Goswami's Padyavali. ये तो पहली है, चैतन्य महाप्रभु को अच्छी लगी. इसके बाद वाली जब पढ़ी तो महाप्रभु एक्सटेटिक हो गए. आगे कहे प्रभु वाक्य उपाध्याय कहिला, रघुपति उपाध्याय है नाम नमस्कार किला. आगे पढ़ो क्या कहते हैं, आगे क्या कहते हैं. किम प्रति कथ्यतुम ईशे संप्रति को वा पतिनीम यायातो गोपपति तनया कुंजे गोप विधुटी विटम ब्रह्म. कौन मेरी बात सुनेगा, किसको कहूं, कौन विश्वास करेगा. अरे वो भगवान जिसको कहते हैं वृंदावन के कुंज गलियों में गोपियों को छेड़ रहा था, कौन इसके ऊपर विश्वास करेगा. ये श्लोक है देखो. टू whom can I speak? Who will believe me when I say that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is hunting the gopis in the bushes by the bank of River Jamuna? In this way the Lord demonstrated his pastime. ये सुनने के बाद रघुपति उपाध्याय से चैतन्य महाप्रभु पूछते हैं कि आपके विचार में कृष्ण भगवान है तो श्याम सुंदर कौन सा फॉर्म है, श्याम सुंदर कौन सी आयु है, किशोर कौन सी लीला है, माधुर्य. ऐसे चार चीजें पूछेंगे. बहुत अच्छा ये टुकड़ा है, कभी पढ़ना, पढ़ा है कभी, ये कहीं इसको पढ़ लेना अच्छा है. जिससे तो ये जो ये कभी पढ़ा होगा तो ये समझ में आएगा जो यहाँ लिखा है. कैन यू सी दिस नाउ. ये श्लोक है. कौन से ब्राह्मण, ये ब्राह्मण कौन सा है, रघुपति उपाध्याय तिरुवटी का, उसने ये पढ़ा था. ठीक है. इफ ए रिकॉग्नाइज्ड डिवोटी ब्रिंग फोर्थ द सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉडहेड एज हिज सन, हाउ ही शुड बी प्रेज्ड. Brahma therefore not only worshipped the incarnation of God Kapila but also praised his so-called father Kapil Dev. इससे क्या सीखना है. भगवान से ज्यादा भगवान के भक्तों का आदर करने से भगवान प्रसन्न होते हैं. ये है सिद्धांत. दिस इज द प्रिंसिपल. कृष्ण says those who pray me that I and they say that I am devotee of Krishna, I don't know him. If anybody is devotee of my devotee, I recognize him. So ये principle है. So this is from Brahma we learn that we have to not only worship Supreme Lord but also his pure devotees. तो ये और सिद्धांत कौन सा है. सिर्फ भगवान को पूजने वाला कनिष्ठ अधिकारी होता है, मध्यम होता है, भक्तों के साथ व्यवहार करना जानता है. वर्स नंबर 12. ब्रह्मा वाच त्वया मे अपचितिस्तात कल्पिता निर्व्यलिकतः यन्मे संजग्रहे वाक्यम भवामानंदमानयन्. Lord Brahma said, my dear son Kardam, since you have completely accepted my instruction without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instruction you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me. O son sage who give respect, you have accomplished my sincere worship since you have accepted my instruction with respect for me. ये करदम को कहा मेरे बेटे हो लेकिन आपने मेरी इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो की, तो क्या विचार है आपका. इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो की तो भगवान बेटा हुआ, और नहीं फॉलो की तो चार कुमार खुद भगवान हो गए. हाँ, दे आर आल्सो इनकारनेशन ऑफ गॉड. ने चार कुमार इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं फॉलो की तो भगवान के अवतार हो गए, इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो की तो घर में भगवान का अवतार हुआ, तो बोथ आर ओके, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? हाँ, नहीं समझे? 4 कुंवारों ने इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं फॉलो की तो वो भगवान के अवतारों में गिनती होते हैं। हाँ, और करदम मुनि ने इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो की तो घर में भगवान पैदा हुआ। तो दोनों में कोई हानि क्या? व्हाट इज लॉस इन बोथ? बड़े आदमी का नहीं मानने से भी फायदा है और मानने से भी फायदा है। आगे आएगा, ब्रह्मा जब वापस जाएंगे ना तो मरीचि आदि सबको साथ लाए थे, सिर्फ 4 कुमारों को और नारद को साथ ले जाएंगे क्योंकि वो नेस्ट की ब्रह्मचारी है। बाकी सबको कहेंगे यहाँ शादी करो या शादी खाओ, लेकिन हमारे साथ मत आओ। उनको ले गए थे वापस के, यू डोंट हैव टू स्टे हियर। ये आगे आएगा। Lord Brahma, as the first living entity within the universe, is supposed to be the spiritual master of everyone and is also the father, the creator of all beings. Kardam Muni is the one of the Prajapatis, or a creator of the living entities, and is also the son of Brahma. Brahma praises Kardam because he carried out the order of spiritual master in toto and without cheating. A conditioned soul in the material world has 4 mistakes. सब जानते हैं 4 मिस्टेक कौन सी हैं? हाँ? But if one carries out the order of spiritual master by disciplic succession or parampara system, he overcomes the 4 defects. अच्छा जी, what are the 4 defects? Everybody knows, huh? To be illusion, karana, पाठ है क्या? संस्कृत नाम बताओ चारों के। ब्रह्म, प्रमाद, विप्रलिप्सा, karana, पाठ। And how one can overcome this? By getting knowledge in parampara. ये यहाँ लिखा है। So if one carries out the order of a spiritual master by disciplic succession or parampara system, he overcomes 4 defects. Why? How? कैसे? 2 प्रकार का नॉलेज एक्वायर करते हैं। कौन सा पाथ है? अवरोह है एंड आरोह है। तो परंपरा से कौन सा पाथ है? ऊपर से नीचे आने वाला। और इसलिए इस पाथ में जो जाएगा उसमें 4 डिफेक्ट नहीं है, क्योंकि ये तो भगवान से आ रहा है, अवरोह में है। ये बात समझ में आया? कभी कभी हम कहते हैं व्हेन वी टेक इनिशिएशन ऑल द सिंस आर टेकन बाय स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर। इसका मतलब क्या? कि आप ऐसे थैले में घर से पाप ले आएंगे, दीक्षा के समय गुरु जी को दे के जाएंगे, ऐसे? इसका मतलब ये है क्या? हाँ, व्हाट इट मीन एक्चुअली? प्रोसेस क्या है? प्रोसेस ये है, इनिशिएशन के समय गुरुजी हमको भक्ति का बीज देगा, वो है रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन ऑफ डिवोशन, ऑफ साधन भक्ति। एंड द फर्स्ट रिजल्ट ऑफ साधन भक्ति इज क्लेश घनी, एंड क्लेश घनी मीन्स ऑल द सिंस आर एराडिकेटेड। तो सिंस कैसे जाते हैं? भक्ति करने से जाते हैं। क्लेश घनी कैसे होती है? साधन भक्ति, उत्तम भक्ति के साधन स्टेज पे होती, और गुरुजी साधन भक्ति के नेम बताते हैं, इसलिए क्लेश घनी होती है। ऐसे नहीं कि पाप उठा के जाए, आप भक्ति नहीं करो तो पाप नहीं जाएंगे। आप समझ रहे हो? हम उसको ऐसे समझ रहे, गुरुजी उठा के नहीं जाते हैं, भक्ति करोगे तो उनकी कृपा से नाश हो जाएंगे भक्ति करने से। इससे ये तो यहाँ क्या लिखा है? परंपरा से ज्ञान लोगे तो फिर कोई 4 दोष नहीं रहेंगे। यू विल नॉट हैव 4 डिफेक्ट्स। व्हाई? Because knowledge is coming from Supreme. There is no defect in that. Vedic knowledge is free from 4 defects. इसलिए फिलॉसफी सीधी समझनी चाहिए ना, उस वर्ड नहीं समझो, उसके पीछे जो मैसेज है उसको यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट। अब ये देखो यहाँ लिखा होगा, Therefore knowledge received from a bona fide spiritual master is not cheating. Any other knowledge which is manufactured by a conditioned soul हाँ, यहाँ है ना? नहीं, नेक्स्ट जंप मारा, भागता रहता है। हाँ, एनी अदर नॉलेज विच इज मैन्युफैक्चर्ड बाय कंडीशन सोल इज चीटिंग नॉलेज। मीन्स आरोह पंथा इज चीटिंग, अवरोह पंथा इज नॉन चीटिंग। Brahma knew well the Kardam Muni exactly carried out the instruction received from him, Brahma, and that he actually honored his spiritual master. To honor the spiritual master means to carry out his instruction word for word. गुरु का आदर है उनके शिक्षाओं को एज इट इज एक्सेप्ट करना. अदर थॉट में क्या लिखा है? सिंसियरिटी मीन्स कैरिंग आउट ऑल द इंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ गुरु, आइदर बिग और स्मॉल, without avoiding and neglecting any. We tend to focus on what we have already done to avoid some parts of instruction. But great soul focus on what that haven't done and pray to fulfill it. हम पहले किया अभी दोबारा करके क्या करें? नहीं. You have to do it all. ये समझ में नहीं आएगा गुरु के इंस्ट्रक्शन को कैसे समझना है. कभी कभी गुरु क्या कहते हैं, इतना बड़ा सूरज ऊपर निकला है, देयर इज अ सन अप एंड ही, डब्बी मेरी गिर जाए, जाओ टार्च लेके आओ, डब्बी ढूंढनी है. तो आपको क्या, इससे सूर्य की रोशनी है, डब्बी ढूंढने के लिए टार्च क्यों मंगा रहा है? यू नो, इसका मतलब पहले आप ये जानते हैं कि सूरज की रोशनी में टार्च की जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन आपको टार्च लाके देनी है. क्यों मांग रहा है आपको मालूम नहीं है. आप उसको मूर्ख नहीं समझो, आप टार्च लेके आओ. गुरु का ऑर्डर फॉलो करते हो कि नहीं करते हो? एक गुरु को पूछा कि आपका शिष्य पीछे कौन करोगे? बोला क्या करूं, कोई लायक नहीं. बोला इतने सारे सेवाधारी है. बोला अभी बताता हूँ. कपड़ा दिया, बोला इसको धो के आना बेटा. वो बाहर गया, किसी सेवाधारी बोला इसको, गुरु जी का कपड़ा है जल्दी धो लो. आके फिर उधर बैठ गया. दूसरे को कहा उस डिवोटी को बुला के आओ. वो एक को कहा जाओ उसको ले आओ. गुरु जी बुलाया, वो आके बैठ गया. तो जो बैठे थे, भाई आप तो अच्छी है सबसे आपके शिष्य, आपका काम बताया. बोले देखो इससे पूछो कहाँ कपड़ा धोया है, कहाँ है कपड़ा, वो उसको दे के आऊँ धोएगा. उसको बुलाया, बोलो उसको भेजा है. बोले जो सीधा काम नहीं करता है उसको कौन सा, कैसे उसको बुलाए गुरु? तो यू टेक दिस सीरियसली इंस्ट्रक्शन इन टोटो. आपको कहा है तो आपको करना है. आप टार्च ले आओ मेरे को, दिन में सुई ढूंढनी है, सुई नहीं मिल रही. अरे क्या सुई, टार्च की क्या जरूरत है? लेकिन कह रहा है लाओ तो आपको ला के देनी है भाई. वो किसका गुरु का, एक महाभारत में उपमन्यु, हाँ उपमन्यु क्या नाम है, उपमन्यु है भाई. कुएं में गिरना है तो गिरना है. गुरु ने कहा गिरना है तो क्या, गुरु की मर्जी, निकालेगा नहीं निकालेगा, कहाँ है तो गिरना है. लेकिन हम ऐसे नहीं सोचते हैं ना, गुरु को समझ में नहीं आता है. ये बहुत सीरियस मैटर है बेसिकली, हम समझ नहीं पाते हैं. वर्स 13, एतावती एव शुश्रूषा करायाः पित्रेः पुत्रकैः बाणम् इति अनुमन्येत गौरवेण गुरोः वचः. Sons sought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father as spiritual master with difference, with due reference होना चाहिए ना, with due difference, saying yes sir, due difference, saying yes sir. Service to the father should be rendered exactly in manner of good sons. The son should accept the command of his elder with respect, saying, I will do as you say, as you have said. कहाँ गया? As you have instructed. Badamiti, accepting. Yes, sir. Anumanyeta, bias. He should obey. Gorvena, with respect. With due deference. What is due deference? D-F-E-R-E-N-C. Deference means? Huh? Due respect. With due respect. Two words in this verse are very important. One is Pittari. The another word is Guruhu. The son or a disciple should accept the words of a spiritual master and father without hesitation. Whatever the father and spiritual order should be taken without argument. Yes, there should be no insistence in which the disciple or son says, this is not correct, I cannot carry it out. When he says that, he is fallen. Father and the spiritual master are on the same platform because the spiritual master is second father, the first father. Therefore, the high classes, Brahman, Vaishya and Kshatriya, they are called Dvija. Whenever there is a question of birth, there must be a father. The first birth is made possible by actual father, and the second birth is made possible by a spiritual master. Sometimes the father and spiritual master may be the same man, and sometimes they may differ. In any case, the order of the father or order of the spiritual master must be carried out without hesitation, with an immediate yes. There should be no argument. What is the real service to the father and to the spiritual master? Vishwanath Chakravarti says same thing, life and soul. A man cannot separate his life from his body. A disciple cannot separate the order of a spiritual master from his life. If a disciple follows the instruction of a spiritual master in that way, he is sure to become perfect. This is confirmed in Upanishad, which is this shlok. पढ़िए बताइए कौन सा श्लोक है? यस्य देवा परा भक्ति यस्य देवा तथा गुरो तथा प्रकाशन्ति. This is the verse. All the secret of Vedic literature is revealed to the one who has a firm faith in the instruction of the Guru and Supreme Lord. Verse number 14. Ima dohitraha satyas tava vatsaha sumadhyamaha sargametam prabhavaihi svai brahnsyanti anekadha. Ima Dvitra Satya, your daughters are all Sumadhyama, very beautiful, with a thin waist, my dear son Vatsa. Sargam, they should increase creation by marrying to the rishis, and they should continue increasing the population. O Brahma, Lord Brahma then praised Kardama Muni's 9 daughters, saying, all your thin-waisted daughters, Sumadhyama, are certainly very chaste, Satya. I am sure they will increase this creation by their own descendant in various ways. So Prabhupada is speaking about Brahma was really concerned how the population will increase. But when he saw Kardama Muni had already become 9 daughters, so he thought, he was hopeful that now the daughters many children will come. Okay. The word Sumadhyama means the good daughters of a beautiful woman. If she has the thin waist, the woman is considered to be beautiful. Sumadhyama. Verse number 15. Atastvam rishi mukhyebhyo यथा शीलम यथा रुचि आत्मजाः परिदेह अद्या विस्तृणिः यशो भुवि. Atastvam, therefore, rishi mukhyebhyo, those who are the prominent rishis, yatha shilam and yatha ruchi. The purport is on yatha shilam yatha ruchi. Match according to their behavior and their taste. What is their taste and what is their behavior? You match them and give them, and then what they vistarani yasho, they will increase your glories on the planet. Therefore today, Adya, Please give away daughters to the foremost of the sages, Rishi Mukhya, with the regard to the for the girls' temperament, Shilnam, and liking, Ruchi, and thereby spread your fame all over the world. Srila Prabhupada writes 9 principal rishis. Their name is Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastha, Pulak, Kartu, Bhrigu, Vasisht, and Atharva. All these rishis are most important, and Brahma desired that the 9 daughters already born to the Kardam Muni be handed over to them. Here 2 words are used as very significantly, Yatha Shilam, Yatha Ruchi. Daughters should be handed over to the respective rishis, not blindly, but according to the combination of the character and taste. Character is Shilam, and Ruchi is taste. There is the art of combining man and woman. Man and woman should not be united simply on the consideration of sex life. There are many other considerations, especially character and taste. If the taste and character differ between man and woman, their combination will be unhappy. Even about 40 years ago in India, marriages, the taste and character of the boy and girl were first of all matched, and then they were allowed to marry. This was done under the direction of respective parents. The parents used astrologically determine the character and taste of the boy and girl. When they corresponded, the match was selected. The girl and boy are just suitable, they should be married. Other considerations were less important. The same system was also advised in the beginning of the creation by Brahma. Your daughters should be handed over to the rishis according to the taste and character. According to astrological calculation, person is classified according to whether he belongs to the godly, is Dev or Asura. Dev Yoni, Asur Yoni. In a Panchang, 2 प्रकार होता है, Dev, Asur. Dev and Asur, this is called. So some are godly and some are demonic quality. A girl of a godly quality should be handed over to boy of godly quality. A girl of a demonic quality should be handed over to the boy of a demonic quality. Then they will be happy. But if the girl of the demonic is mixed with the godly, then the combination is incompatible. They cannot be happy in such a marriage. At present moment, because the boys and girls are not married according to the quality and character, most marriages are unhappy and there is a divorce. It is foretold in the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that in the age of Kali, married life will be accepted on the consideration of sex only. When the boy and girls are pleased in sex, they get married. And when there is a deficiency in sex, they separate. There is not actual marriage, but a combination of men and women like cats and dogs. Therefore, the children produced in this modern age are not exactly human beings. The human beings must be twice born. Why they are not human beings? Because they don't accept a spiritual master. How many people are Naradham? In purport of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes 99% are Naradham. You know, Prabhupada writes 99% are Naradham. Then he gave the reason, because they have no Garbhadan Sanskar. Because they have no Garbhadan Sanskar before birth, therefore all are Naradham. 99% are Naradham. And now here, they are not exactly human beings. Why? Because they are not twice born. Because they never accept the father and mother. So who is the father? Father is spiritual master. Who is the mother? Veda. Veda is the mother and the spiritual master is father. So Prabhupada writes, and at the time of their combination to produce a child, everything was scrutinizingly and scientifically done. Pehle hota tha, scientifically and scrutinized. Now, mixing like cats and dogs. Vedaham adyam purusham avitranam swamayaya bhutanam sevidhyam deham bibhranam kapilam munehe. O Kardam, I know that the original Supreme Personality of Godhead has now appeared as an incarnation by the internal energy He is the bestower of all desired by the living entities, and he has now assumed the body of a Kapil Muni. In this verse, we find the word Purusham Avatiranam Swamayaya. So he appeared by his internal potency. That's the whole purpose. He appeared by his internal potency. But before that, the word Purusha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is everlastingly, eternally the form of Purusha, predominator or enjoyer. And when he appears, he never accepts anything of this material energy. A spiritual world is manifestation of his personal internal potency, whereas material world is a manifestation of his material or differentiated energy. Vibhinna. Differentiated is Vibhinna. The word Swamayaya by his own internal potency indicate that whenever Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, he comes in his own energy. He may assume the body of a human being, but that body is not material. In Bhagavad Gita, therefore, is clearly stated that the fools and rascal avajananti mam mudha manusham tam ashritam. The word shevedhim means that he is the original bestower of all necessities of life upon living entities. Say with them, he will give everything. Share with them. In the Vedas, there is also it is said the one chief living entity, and he bestow all the desired necessities to other living entities. कौन सा वेद का श्लोक है? नित्यो नित्यानाम चेतस चेतनाम एको बहुनाम विद्धाति कामान. ठीक है. By his energy alone, the Lord, treasure of living entities, who can bestow all desires and give pure knowledge, has appeared. Accepting a body means that actually he has an eternal body, but that body now makes an appearance. Verse number 17. Jnana Vijnana Yogena Karmanam Urdham Jataha Karmanam Udharam Jataha Hiranyaha Keshaha Padamakshaha Padama Mudra Padambujaha. By the mystic yoga and practical application of knowledge, by mystic yoga is a Gyan, by practical application of knowledge is Vigyan. From the scripture, Kapil Muni, who is characterized by his golden hairs, his eyes just like lotus petal, and his lotus feet, which bear the marks of lotus flower, will uproot the deep-rooted desire for work in this material world. Karmanam udharan. He will finish the karma, fruitive activities. Purport. In this verse, the activities and bodily feature of Kapil Muni are very nicely described. The activities of Kapil Muni are forecast herein. He will present the philosophy of Sankhya and Vacha in such a way that by studying this philosophy, the people will be able to uproot the deep-rooted desire for karma, fruitive activities. Everyone in this material world engages in achieving the fruits of his labor. A man tries to be happy by achieving the fruit of his own honest labor. But he actually he becomes more and more entangled. One cannot get out of this entanglement unless he has perfect knowledge or devotional service. जैसे आप लोग जाते हैं प्रचार में, लोग हम अपना कर्म कर रहे हैं, ईमानदारी से कर रहे हैं. अरे ईमानदारी से कर रहे हो, फिर भी जन्म लेना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अच्छे कर्म का फल अच्छा है. फिर यहाँ दुनिया में आना पड़ेगा, फल तो भोगना ही पड़ेगा ना. तो कर्म की परिभाषा क्या? What is the definition of karma in Bhagavad Gita? Kim karma uchyate? Arjuna asked this question. Bhoot bhav udbhav kara karma sanjitaha. Bhoot bhav udbhav kara means karma is that which forces you to accept another body to accept the result of the karma. So चाहे अच्छा कर्म करो या बुरा करो, दोनों बंधन में डालेगा. सो ये कर्म से बचाने वाला है फिलॉसफी. ओके, अब ये थोड़ा इसको देखना क्या लिखा है. Gyan means knowledge, Prabhupada writes. Gyan means knowledge received through disciplic succession from a scripture. And Vigyan means practical application of such knowledge. Kapil Muni's Sankhya philosophy, system philosophy is based on Gyan and Vigyan. ये तो भगवत गीता में भी ज्ञान विज्ञान सहितम यज्ञाता मोक्ष से शोभात है ना 7वें अध्याय में. अब ज्ञान विज्ञान का दूसरा एक डेफिनेशन देखो क्या लिखा है बलदेव और अपना विश्वनाथ चक्री. ज्ञान मीन्स नॉलेज ऑफ द गॉड विदाउट फॉर्म एंड विज्ञान मीन्स नॉलेज ऑफ द गॉड विथ फॉर्म. ज्ञान इज इम्पर्सनलिज्म एंड विज्ञान इज पर्सनलिज्म. ये चक्रवर्ती पाद का एक नया डेफिनेशन है ज्ञान और विज्ञान का. ज्ञान मीन्स थ्योरिटिकल नॉलेज एंड विज्ञान मीन्स प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज. एक ये नॉर्मली दिस इज लाइक दैट. एंड प्रभुपाद says Krishna consciousness is science of soul and science of love of God. So it is a vigyan. It is a vigyan, the practical application. And that knowledge, what that knowledge will do, it will he will cut the knot in the heart made of the ignorance concerning one's swarup, avidya, and false knowledge, sanshaya. False knowledge and ignorance and false ego. ये तीन चीजें नाट के लिए हैं. Knot in the heart, there are three words used. One is false ego, ahankar. Second is sanshaya, doubts. And third is avidya or ignorance. They all are called knot. Verse number 18. Esha manvite garbham pravishtaha kaita bharadha kaitaba aradanaha avidya sangshaha granthim chitva gama vicharashyati. Lord Brahma then told Devhuti, Manvi, my dear daughter of Manu, the same Supreme Personality of Godhead who killed the demon Kaitab is now within your womb, and he will cut off all the knots of your ignorance and doubt. Then he will travel all over the world. Now Srila Prabhupada writes, here the word avidya is very significant. Avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. Every one of us is a spirit soul, but we have forgotten. We think I am the body. This is called avidya. Sanshaya, granthi, means doubtfulness. The knot of the doubtfulness is tied when the soul identifies with the material world. That knot is also called ahankar. देखो तीन चीजें हैं और तीनों एक ही हैं basically. The three words are actually one, but from a different angle. What is the cause of suffering in this world? Ignorance. Ignorance. Avidya is the beginning. From avidya comes the material desires. From material desires, sinful activity. And sinful activity, the result is suffering or klesh. This is a parampara of dukha, dukha ki parampara. So what is ahankar? The knot is also called ahankar, the junction of the matter and spirit. By proper knowledge receiving from the scripture and the disciplic succession, and by the proper application of that knowledge, one can free oneself from the binding combination of matter and spirit. Brahma assures Devhuti that her son will enlighten her, and after enlightening her, he will travel all over the world distributing the system of Sankhya philosophy. The word Sankhya means, the word Sanshaya means doubtful knowledge. The spirituality and pseudo-yogic knowledge is of doubtful. At the present moment, the so-called yoga system is prosecuted on the understanding that by agitation of different station of the bodily construction, one can find that he is God. The mental spiritual think similarly, but they are all doubtful. Real knowledge is expounded in Bhagavad Gita. Just become Krishna conscious. Just worship Krishna and become devotee of Krishna. That is the real knowledge. And anyone who follows this system become perfect विदाउट डाउट। कौन सा श्लोक है ये भगवत गीता का? माओ मन मना भव मद भक्तो मद याजी माम नमस्कुरु। So now other thought. Sadhak, there are two obstacles for the practitioner. Number one, doubt. Number two, desires. Overcoming doubt is explained in chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita, verse number 1, Tat Shrano. So doubts and desires. And in Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse in 4th chapter, the one will not get knowledge. What are the three things? Agya, Sankhya Atma, and there are three things. Now, one is Sankhya, what is Agya? One is Agya, one who don't know, it means ignorance. Second thing also? Ashradhana, having no faith. And these three things, if anybody has these things, he will never receive transcendental knowledge. And out of three, which is the most dangerous? Sankhya Atma. Sankhya Atma is very dangerous out of three. Ashardhana, Sankhya Atma, Agya. These are the three. And who will get the knowledge? Shardhaval labhate jnanam tatpara sanyat indriya. One who is having a faith and a sanyam indriyas, control of mind and senses, he can acquire that knowledge. So Sankhya Atma. Sankhya Atma is number one. Ignorance is number two. And false ego is number three. This is the not in the heart. Ayam siddha gunadhisha Sankhya acharya hi shushumataha Loke kapiliti akhyaya Gantate kirti vardhanam. Your son will be the head of all perfected soul, Acharya. He will be approved by the Acharyas, Sammata, expert in discriminating the real knowledge. And among the people, he will be celebrated by the name Kapila. And as the son of Devuti, he will increase your fame. Sankhya philosophy is the philosophical system enunciated by Kapil, the son of Devuti. Other Kapil, who is not the son of Devuti, is an imitation. This is the statement of Brahma. And because we belong to Brahma's disciplic succession, we should accept this statement that the real Kapil is the son of Devuti, and that the real Sankhya philosophy is a system of philosophy which he introduced and which will be accepted by the Acharya, the director of the spiritual discipline. The word susumata means accepted by persons who are counted upon to give their good opinion. Chakravarti Pad writes something about faster Kapil, imitation Kapil. This person is approved, which Devuti's son Kapil. There is another perfect sage called Kapil, founder of the Sankhya philosophy, who is not well approved. He will preach philosophy contrary to the thesis philosophy of Veda. It's said in a Padma Purana. This is verse. Kapil or Vasudev spoke the real Sankhya, which is filled with meaning of all the Vedas, to Brahma and others, Devatas, the sages such as Bhrigu, and to the person called Asuri. Another Kapil spoke Sankhya, which is contrary to the Veda, filled with the bad logic, to the another person called Asuri. So there's some words that there's another Kapil. Now next session, 2025, departure of Brahma, the marriage of 9 daughters. We'll finish this, then we'll have a break for Gayatri. Maitreya Vacha Tava Asvasya Jagad Srishta Kumarai Sanaradaha हंसो हंसेन यानेन त्रिधाम परमं ययो. Maitreya said, after thus speaking to Kardam Muni and his wife Devuti, Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, who is also known as Hansa, and went back to the highest of the three planetary system on his swan carrier with four Kumara and Narad. So Prabhupada writes, the word Hansena, Yanena are very significant here. Hansa, Yana is the aeroplane by which the Brahma travel all over the space. Resemble the swan. Brahma is also known as Hansa because he can grasp the sense of the everything. His abode is also called Tridhama Paramam. There are three divisions of the universe: upper planetary system, middle planetary system, lower planetary system. But his abode is above even Siddhalok, the upper planetary system. He returned to his own planet with the four Kumara and Nard because they were not going to be married. The other rishis who came with him, such as Marichi and Atri, remained there because they were to be married to the daughters of Kardam. But his other sons, Sant, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Narad were back with him in a swan-shaped aeroplane. The four Kumara and Narad are Naistaki Brahmachari. Naistaki Brahmachari refer to one who never wasted semen at any time. They were not to attend the marriage ceremony of their other brothers. वो शादी में भी नहीं जाएंगे. अब हम शादी में गए थे बेंगलोर में, तो 3 सन्यासी खड़े थे शादी में. तो जब मुझे मिले, बोला सन्यासी को शादी में आना पड़ रहा है. और दे सेड मी, सन्यासी हैं, शादी में आए हैं, क्या करें. फिर बैठे थे बहुत देर तक. तो हमने कहा प्रभुपाद ने भगवत गीता के परपट में लिखा है, यज्ञ तप दान कर्म न त्यजेत. उसमें लिखा है शादी में यज्ञ होता है. मैं सन्यासी हूँ, मैं कराता हूँ अपने शिष्यों की शादी, क्या करूँ. ये न भगवान कह रहा है नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए, तो कैसे छोड़ूं. सो उन्होंने, जब जैसे मैं उनसे मिला, उन्होंने यही मुझे कहा, हम सन्यासी शादी में खड़े हैं. जैसे लाइक वो जानते हैं कि नहीं होना चाहिए, लेकिन हैं, आए हैं. लेकिन उनको वो स्वस्ति करके बच्ची के ऊपर डालने के लिए एक ने भी नहीं डाले, सब पीछे हट गए. हमने बोला लाओ हम सबका डालते हैं, कोई परेशानी नहीं हमको. हम चले गए वो सेवा करने के लिए. हाँ हाँ, ऐसे तीनों हमारे सन्यासी थे. 2 प्रभुपाद डिसाइपल थे, एक सेकंड जनरेशन सन्यासी थे. इट्स ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, नेक्स्ट वर्स. ये एक छोटा सा चार्ट पड़ा है, इसमें कौन सी ब्रह्मा करदम की बेटी किससे शादी किया. कला मरीचि, अनुसुया अत्रि, श्रद्धा अंगिरा, हरिभू पुलस्त, गति पुलह, क्रिया कर्तु, ख्याति भृगु, अरुंधति वशिष्ठ, शांति अथर्व. तो अब ये श्लोक है, उसमें यही इनके नाम लिखे हैं सिर्फ. गते शत धृतौ क्षत्तः कर्दमस्ते न चोदितः यथोदितं स्वद्वित्रिः प्रादत् विश्वसृजां ततः. O Vidru, after departure of Brahma, Kardam Muni, having been ordered by the Brahma, handed over his 9 daughters as instructed to 9 great sages who created the population of the world. हाँ, क्षता कहते हैं. मेरे को पहले याद होता था, अब याद नहीं, आजकल आएगा तो बता देंगे. क्षता. अब एक मुझे याद आता है, उसको अणि अणि ऋषि भी कहते थे, because only is little bit of that shield जो उसको बिठाया था सूली पे चढ़ाने के लिए, वो थोड़ा ही गया था, इतनी क्षति पहुंची थी, ज्यादा नहीं पहुंची थी. एक छत्ता वो हनी काम को भी बोलते हैं, जिसमें से अमृत बरसता है। तो विदुर का वो भी क्षता हो सकते हैं, जिसने विदुर नीति का अमृत दिया है। देयर आर सम मीनिंग्स देयर। क्षता के लिए कुछ मीनिंग है, हमने कभी पढ़ी थी, अब इस वक्त याद नहीं हमको एग्जैक्टली, कभी हमने इसके ऊपर बोला है। अब कौन सी किसको दिया? 8 का इस 2 श्लोकों में लिखा हुआ है। मरीच्य कलाम प्रादा अनोस्यायाम अथ अत्र्ये शर्धाम अंगीरसे शर्धा अंगीरसे यच्च पुलस्तयाय हवेरभुवम् पुल्हाय गतिं युक्ताम् कृतवे चक्रियां सतीं ख्यातिं च भृगवे यच्छ वशिष्ठा अपि अरुन्धतिम्। ये सब नाम है शादी। अब लास्ट आ रहा है 9th का ये। अथर्वेण दधा शांतिम यया यज्ञो वितन्यते विपर्षिभान कृतुद्वाहान सदारानः समलाल्य। He delivered Shanti to Atharva because Shanti, sacrificial ceremonies are well performed because of Shanti. Thus he got the foremost Brahmins married and he maintained them along with their wives. ये जो लास्ट वर्ड है, सदाराम, अपनी पत्नियों के साथ, स मतलब along with, दारान मीन्स वाइफ। समलाल्यत, समलाल्यत उनका लालन पालन किया, लड़कियां भी दी और उनके लालन पालन का भी जवाबदारी कर्दम जी ने उठाई। इसका मतलब शादी करके उधर ही रह गए। हाँ? भाई वो कि किसी ने कहा भाई वो घर जमाई हो गए, उन्होंने लालन पालन किया, मेंटेन किया। बोले इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? भगवान लक्ष्मी कहाँ से प्रकट हुई है? कौन से? खीर सागर से। विष्णु जी कहाँ सोते हैं? तो ससुराल में ही सोए हुए हैं ना। हाँ नहीं? और पार्वती किसकी बेटी है? और शंकर जी कहाँ रहते हैं? अब ये बड़े बड़े रहे ससुराल में तो सब ससुराल में रहे जी। हाँ, और कमल से उत्पन्न हुए और कमल में ही रह रहे हैं, सब ससुराल में भी रहे थे। तो बेचारे कर्दम ने भी उनके पीछे सबको, कर्दम has also accepted all to stay, he maintained them. Okay, verse number 25 says the sensation is over. ततश्चरिष्योः क्षतः कृतदाराः निमन्त्र्यातम् प्रातिष्ठं नन्दिम् आपनाः स्वं स्वं आश्रमं मंडलम। Thus married, the sages took leave of Kardam and departed full of joy, each to his own hermitage, O Vidur Kshata. Now we will do Gayatri and then we will finish this chapter without any doubt. So 26 to 30, Kardam Muni's prayers to Kapil Dev. These are the prayers by Kardam to Supreme Lord Kapil Dev. This we will do after Gayatri break.